Florida Atlantic University, whose mascot is the burrowing owl, is trying to remove their burrowing owls to put down a parking lot. And as much as that is hard to really think about, it's not even the worst thing that I found out digging into this, because this rabbit hole goes deeper than the holes that the burrowing owls live in. FWC is talking about changing the regulations for burrowing owls. What regulations, you ask? Basically, how difficult is it for a developer to buy up a piece of land and develop on it while there's burrowing owls there? Right now, they have to send in an application, and there's a bunch of paperwork involved. And if they get accepted, they have a few options. They can either relocate it and make some artificial burrows for them, or they can just pay a fee. And that fee goes to a trust that is only supposed to be used for burrowing owl conservation. I'll get back to that in a second. But the new regulations would basically streamline the entire process. And what does that mean? Right now, all you have to do is pay a fee and a bunch of paperwork. But that paperwork, easy. It won't take anywhere near as long. It'll be more efficient. And just like everything else that turns efficient, it's basically getting rid of a lot of the headaches that developers have to go through in order to develop on land that these owls live on. Now, about that money, where does it go? Well, so far, it's only been used one time. Cape Coral received $900,000 if they promised to make 1.34 acres of land into a conservation easement. And yeah, that's it. The city, along with some other groups, purchased the land, which is in really nice neighborhoods, which is why it costs so much for 1.34 acres. And now the burrowing owls get to live their life in luxury right next to multi-million-dollar homes, and FAU gets to say F you to the burrowing owls. At least that's what they hope. We don't need anything to be easier for development to occur. It's already too easy as it is. The headaches that developers have to jump through in order to develop land is on purpose. It's to hopefully slow down development and growth. And now the state, FWC, is trying to change regulations to make it easier for development to happen? No, it needs to go the opposite way. It needs to basically be a stopgap. If those animals live there, they live there. Stop developing it. That's the point. That's what we want. What is the purpose of making it easier for a developer to develop on land? And why are you even entertaining this? FWC commissioners are tied to development, and that kind of makes it all make sense. Just a reminder, there's an FWC meeting on the 13th and 14th, and on the 13th, they're seeking final approval on these regulations for the burrowing owls. You don't want to make it easier for developers to develop this land, because that's all these rule changes are going to do. If you want to find out how you can get more involved in protecting wild Florida, comment Florida Keepers down below and check out our website, floridakeepers.com.